For most of our existence, humanity lived lightly upon the earth. We moved with the seasons, we followed rain, game, and ripening plants. Our presence left little behind. Ashes from a fire, footprints in soft soil. Anatomically, these people were no different from us. They spoke complex languages. They felt love, grief, and fear as deeply as we do. They possessed the same intelligence to solve problems and imagine futures. Yet for nearly 97% of human history, they built no walls. They bowed to no kings. They fought no wars of conquest. Then, in a moment measured by geology rather than memory, everything changed. Humanity stopped moving. We enclosed the wild. We divided the land into fields and cities. For the first time, our species ceased adapting to nature and began reshaping it. This was the greatest rupture in our biological history. Paleolithic health versus Neolithic disease. Popular imagination paints early human life as brutal and short. The bones tell a different story. Upper Paleolithic skeletons reveal strong, healthy bodies. Men and women stood tall, taller on average than Europeans would again until the 20th century. Their bones were dense. They showed little evidence of chronic injury or malnutrition. These people were not barely surviving. They were exquisitely adapted. Their survival depended on deep knowledge, animal behavior, seasonal cycles, landscapes memorized and passed down through generations. They lived in small bands, roaming territories hundreds of miles wide. Food was consumed soon after it was acquired. There was no long-term storage, no accumulation. Without stored wealth, power could not concentrate. This produced one of the most remarkable features of early humanity: strong egalitarianism. Attempts at domination were resisted. If someone tried to hoard or coerce, the group had a simple solution. They left. Freedom was measured in distance. Climate, stability, and the first settlements. For tens of thousands of years, this balance held. Human populations remained low, constrained by the wild world itself. Then the climate changed. Around 12,000 years ago, the Holocene began. The Earth entered a period of warmth and stability. In the Near East, this created a region of abundance, the Fertile Crescent. Wild wheat, barley, lentils, and chickpeas grew in dense stands. Gazelle herds moved predictably through the valleys. For the first time, food energy exceeded the effort required to obtain it. Here, a culture emerged that would quietly alter human destiny. The Natufians settled before farming. The Natufians settled down before agriculture existed. They built permanent stone houses. They dug storage pits. They used heavy grinding stones too large to carry. Mobility ended. They buried their dead beneath their homes. Land became tied to ancestry, memory, and obligation. The settlement came a biological shift. Women could now bear children more frequently. Population grew rapidly, but the environment could not regenerate fast enough. Then the climate turned against them. The Younger Dryas trap. Around 10,800 BCE, temperatures dropped suddenly. The Younger Dryas devastated ecosystems across the Levant. Wild resources collapsed. The Natufians faced a choice: abandon settlement and lose much of their population, or intervene. They chose intervention. They cleared land, selected seeds, controlled water. Agriculture was born, not from ambition, but from necessity. The cost of farming. Farming produced calories, but at a cost. Dietary diversity collapsed. Height shrank, bones weakened. Repetitive labor damaged joints and spines. Dense settlements became breeding grounds for disease. For the first time, epidemics became possible. Yet farming spread because it supported more people, even if individual lives were shorter and harder. Population replaced health as the measure of success. Property, walls, and violence. Settled life changed conflict forever. Farmers could not walk away from land they had labored for months to cultivate. Leaving meant starvation. Land became property. Property demanded defense. At Jericho, one of the first walls rose, protecting stored grain. Agriculture did not just create food, it created targets. Raiding replaced wandering. Violence reorganized around territory and storage. Hierarchy followed. Mesopotamia and centralized power. As population grew, people moved into the river plains of Mesopotamia. This land was dangerous, but incredibly fertile. Survival now depended on irrigation. Canals required coordination. Maintenance required authority. Those who controlled water controlled life. Power centralized. By 4000 BCE, the landscape itself was engineered. Cities were forming. Uruk, the the first city. Uruk housed up to 50,000 people, a density never before experienced. Strangers replaced kin, institutions replaced trust. Food was distributed through ration systems. Labor became abstract. Clay bowls, identical and mass-produced, measured daily survival. Writing emerged to manage it all, not stories, not poetry, accounting, kings, war, and empire. Eventually, priests gave way to kings. War became permanent. Captives became labor. The state was born. By 2300 BCE, one man pushed the system beyond the city. Sargon of Akkad united many cities under one rule. The first empire had risen, and with it, the world we still inhabit today.